The United States Oath of Allegiance, officially referred to as the Oath of Allegiance, 8 CFR Part 337, is an oath that must be taken by all immigrants who wish to become United States citizens. The oath may be administered either by the United States Bureau of Citizenship and Immigration Services or in a federal court. Text: the current oath is as follows. 8 CFR 337.1 provides that the phrase "So help me God" is optional and that the words "on oath", on registered trademark can be substituted with and solemnly affirm on registered trademark. If the prospective citizen is unable or unwilling to promise to bear arms or perform non-combatant military service, they may request to leave out those clauses. The request must be based on religious training and belief, and the CIS may require supporting documentation from the candidate's religious organization. A request was denied in 1968 on the basis that the petitioner did not recognize some external force greater than man's relationship to man which occupied a position in his life tantamount to a god or a supreme being. The current exact text of the Oath of Citizenship is established only in the form of an administrative regulation promulgated by the executive branch. However, under the Administrative Procedure Act, CIS could theoretically change the text of the oath at any time, so long as the new text reasonably meets the 5 principles mandated by the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1953. These principles are: allegiance to the United States Constitution, renunciation of allegiance to any foreign country to which the immigrant has had previous allegiances, defense of the Constitution against enemies foreign and domestic, promise to serve in the United States Armed Forces when required by law, promise to perform civilian duties of national importance, when required by law. History: the first officially recorded oaths of allegiance were made on May 30, 1778 at Valley Forge, during the Revolutionary War. The Naturalization Act of 1790 provided for an oath of allegiance to be administered to support the Constitution. The Naturalization Act of 1795 added renunciation of the new citizen's former sovereign to the oath. The Naturalization Act of 1906 added the section of the oath requiring new citizens to defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and bear true faith and allegiance to the same. The oath acquired a standard text in 1929. Prior to then, spoken oaths were adapted from naturalization law, and each court could develop its own procedures for administering the oath. The Internal Security Act of 1950 added the text about bearing arms and performing non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States. The section about performing work of national importance under civilian direction was added by the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1952. There has been some controversy about the wording of the oath, parts of which are based on the British Oath of Supremacy which was written in the 16th century. As a result, some have suggested much of the language is antiquated and confusing. In the fall of 2003, CIS planned to change the Oath of Citizenship in time for Citizenship Day. The proposed oath was as follows. The introduction of the new oath was scrapped by the U.S. House of Representatives Judiciary Subcommittee on Immigration, Border Security, and Claims on April 1, 2004. Incidents and controversies: in the 1929 case United States v. Schwimmer, the U.S. Supreme Court denied citizenship to an applicant who declared not to be willing to take up arms personally in defense of the United States. The court found that pacifism that Schwimmer professes may hinder her ability to develop the nationalism that the country attempts to foster. English writer Aldous Huxley, author of Brave New World, applied for U.S. citizenship in 1953 after having lived in the United States for 14 years. When asked if he would bear arms and perform non-combatant military service as required by the oath, Huxley answered in the negative and was summoned before a judge. Huxley explained that his objection was based on philosophical convictions about the evil of war rather than religious beliefs. The judge adjourned proceedings and postponed a decision on Huxley's application in order to report to Washington. Huxley never received U.S. citizenship. In 2013, Margaret Doughty was asked to show proof of membership in a church with pacifist beliefs to support her claim that she was a conscientious objector entitled to omit the oath's clause about bearing arms, but USCIS later retracted that demand after receiving a letter from an atheist group that objected based on Welsh versus United States. See also, Oath of Office, Pledge of Allegiance. References